last time we met, we practiced Ujjai Breath, which is channeled breathing, channeling the breath at the back of your throat. Don't know if you can hear it online, but when I do the channeled breathing, it sounds a little like this. I'll get a little closer so you can hear it. It's always nice to take a pause before we rush into the exercise, just to let the natural settling of the body to take place. Just to be open to the next 45 minutes. A deep exploration into the power of the breath. The breath I want to explore is called Ujjai. This is our second session of Ujjai, because it really needs some time to really become familiar with it. When it becomes familiar to you, you'll be able to access this even with your eyes open, while you're moving, while you're even sitting in a conversation with someone. You can access breathing in Ujjai, channeled breath. It's very, very powerful. It's particularly powerful to downregulate the sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight response, which basically means when we feel anxious, when we feel wound up, when we feel too active that we cannot settle. This is a very powerful tool to bring into alignment your own energy, to be centered, to be settled, to be grounded, and to be connected. When the energy of fight and flight in the nervous system is high, then the energy becomes very scattered. The scatteredness is a kind of anxious feeling. Now we interpret this anxious feeling with all kinds of stories. I'm anxious because of this, because of that. This situation happened, this situation didn't happen. But in fact, it's an unsettled energetic imbalance in your system. We can face any situation if we are grounded in our own being. So that aspect is very important. And also the Ujjai breath is very important for leading into meditation. It saves you a lot of time when you first sit, if you practice this breathing technique, because it really powerfully centers the attention and thereby the transcendence. So its value is immense. Like I said, not only in meditation, but also in your day-to-day lives. Okay. So it is channeled breathing, but from now on I will call it Ujjai. Ujjai means victory. So this really is a victorious breathing exercise. It brings great power as to how you can face situations in your life. So as I said before, just take a little time to just sit with yourself. Don't rush into doing. Even if the doing is a breathing exercise, it is still a doing. So it is important at the beginning of your session to just sit for a minute, and the body will naturally settle. The mind will still be active. That we deal with the breathing. Also, it's important at the end of the session to release the breathing practice so that you also have time to just sit in non-doing, which is to say in being. Bring your attention to your lower belly. And just as we did in the first session, observe the gentle expansion as you inhale and the gentle connecting with your lower belly as you exhale. sense of expansion as you inhale, and connecting with your pelvic core and with your body in general as you exhale. A fluidity of energy in this expanding and connecting releases all the tension in the body. Many thoughts will come and go. It's like a spinning wheel. It's fine. Just let it be. Don't be too concerned with the thoughts. Just watch your breath. Sometimes those thoughts will distract you. Doesn't matter. Just again, as soon as you notice you've been distracted, bring your attention back to watching your breath. Expanding as you inhale. Connecting as you exhale. Widening in the lower belly as you inhale. Engaging your pelvic core as you exhale. Now it's very important to be able to access this yogic breath. In Pranayam, conscious breathing practices, it's like building blocks. The first building block level is this yogic breath. Expanding as you inhale. Strong, engaged, and connected as you exhale. Then we add the next layer, that we do the yogic breath with Ujjai, with the channeled breathing. So now, keeping a nice rhythm with the expansion and connection of your belly, we're going to add the channeled breathing, which is to breathe at the back of your throat. When you exhale in Ujjai, you'll really notice how strong you have to be in your pelvic core. You're not tensing your belly. It's as if you're pulling up from the root to engage. Scraping the breath at the back of your throat as you inhale, the belly widens. Belly engages as you exhale. Really feel that connection in your pelvic core. Then release your belly. The breath scrapes the back of your throat. Engage your pelvic core. Just take a little time to practice in your own space. Find your own rhythm. Opening the back of your throat as you inhale. Creating some resistance in your throat as you exhale. The energy is like you're pushing a coffee plunger down. There's a resistance between the energy in your throat, which is being channeled, and the strength in your lower belly. This is creating a gentle resistance, like you are pushing down a coffee plunger. Feel that strong connection in your lower belly. Then after that strong exhalation, release your belly, open in your throat, as if you are breathing from the crown of your head, sweeping it down the back of your throat. Ujjai breath is also sometimes called the ocean breath, and you can hear the sound of your own breath. Sounds like the waves of the ocean. Also can sound like the wind in the trees. Keep the attention of the mind on the sound of your breath. When you feel the rhythm starting to feel more natural, you'll notice that there is a natural gap between breaths. Just become observant of this gap. Don't make it more or less. Just watch the natural space. Now, in your own time, we're going to bring that natural gap in between the breaths. So as you exhale, we're going to take one pause, which is called kumbhak, suspending the breath. Going to take one kumbhak in the middle of the exhalation. Inhale in Ujjai. Exhale, belly is engaged. Exhale half, then pause. Again, exhale fully. In this kumbhak, in the suspending of the breath as you exhale, I want you to really pay attention to your lower belly. Take some time to get used to, so give it some time. Again, all together, inhale. Exhale. Half. Belly is engaged. Now hold kumbhak. Release your belly. Again, engage your belly to fully exhale. So in between the breath, your belly is releasing and then again engaging. Try it again in your own time. Gently inhale. Exhale half. Hold kumbhak. Release your belly. Engage your belly. Exhale full. Take a few gentle breaths in between. Again, full inhalation. Exhalation, half. Hold kumbhak. Release your belly. Engage your belly. Exhale full. Take a few gentle breaths in between. The breaths in between will be very light. Try one more. Long, slow, full inhalation in Ujjai. Exhale half, engaging the belly. Hold kumbhak. Release your belly. Engage your belly. Exhale full. Now let the breath be free. Just observe. Now we're going to divide the exhalation into 3 parts. If you're feeling comfortable just to divide it in half, you can stay with that. Inhale, full inhalation in Ujjai. Really widening in your chest, opening between the ribs. Exhale, a third. Engage your belly, then release as you hold kumbhak. Engage your belly again, release third. Hold kumbhak, release the belly. Engage the belly, exhale full. Release your belly and let your breath be free. Just observe. Try one more. If you want to just stay with half, that's fine. If you want to do it in thirds, inhale, long, slow, full inhalation. Feel your ribs really widening as you really take a full inhalation. As you exhale, divide it into 3. Exhale, engage your belly. Hold kumbhak, release your belly. Engage your belly, exhale a third. Hold kumbhak, release your belly. Engage your belly, release full. Let your breath be free. Just observe. Now, why it is so important to have the belly flexible, to engage strongly on the exhalation and to be able to release in the kumbhak. It takes some practice, but it is important to become easy with this. Unless you do it from the belly, it becomes counterproductive. And a lot of people do this exercise without being able to do it from the belly, and it really becomes then hyperventilating because they do it from the chest. Have the flexibility and the strength in your belly that every breath, both inhalation and exhalation, is in Ujjai from your belly. And it will sound like this. Deep inhalation. I divided the exhalation into 4. Then a long, slow inhalation. And that's the most important part. Just listen first before we do it together. I'll show you what it is to divide the exhalation into 4. Long, slow inhalation, if you can hear my breath. And each time I exhale, I'm really strongly engaging my belly. And each time I hold kumbhak, I'm releasing my belly. So the belly is acting like bellows, like fire bellows. So it should sound like this. Just listen to start with. Inhalation. Then long, slow inhalation. Then you let the breath be free, which may take some time to even want to take a next breath. Very important, as I said, that you do this engaging your belly and in Ujjai. Otherwise, you just hyperventilate, and that's counterproductive. That will stimulate your sympathetic nervous system to be more anxious, more flighty, more fear, more agitation. So maybe we can try it together, dividing the exhalation into 4 parts. As I said, if you're still wanting to stay dividing it in half or in thirds, just stay with that. Take some practice. So in your own time, full inhalation, widening in your belly, widening in the space between your ribs. Long, slow inhalation. Let your breath be free. Just watch. Don't mind the thoughts. Thoughts will be spinning. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Just let the thoughts be. They're not bothering us at all. Let them just be in their own orbit. You're bringing your attention into this realm, pranic realm, the energetic realm. Try it once more. Deep inhalation, widen the belly, opening in your ribs. Exhaling in 4 parts, holding kumbhak in between. Long, slow inhalation. And then let your breath be free. And we'll take 10 minutes in meditation. Thoughts will come, thoughts will go. Bring your attention to the space that is fully charged, the pranic, meaning energetic space of your observing self. Let the thoughts be as they are. They come, they go. They are always in a wheel of change. But this pranic space, this very potent, ever-present being of self, is unchanging, ever-present. The thoughts cannot grasp the space of being. You cannot make being, you cannot do being, you cannot think being, you cannot reach being. And if you cannot trust yourself, then trust me, you are that. You can be nothing but that. It just takes a little practice to recognize that which you truly are is ever present, ever pure, ever free being. And the practice is to recognize that the thoughts have limitation. They're in their wheel of change. Don't wait for the thoughts to recognize you. You recognize thoughts. You recognize yourself. Are you not here, present, knowing, being? This presence of yourself will become so familiar to you It is truly yourself meeting your own self. And that is the greatest delight, the greatest fulfillment and contentment arises when you sit meeting yourself. Take another few minutes just to sit as that ever-present being that you are. Regardless of how the mind turns, how the mind moves in all its various ways, it cannot at all reach the ever-presence of your being. In other words, if it feels like you are just sitting thinking in meditation, that is not actually true. Because thinking does not impact you. It feels like it does, because we respond. So meditation is the practice of not responding to the thoughts, which means not concluding, not making meaning, not evaluating. Just being. Knowing that the realm of the waking state thinking is limited, and it is within you the space of conscious being. The waking state mind is spinning in its own orbit. And that orbit is within you, ever-present space of being. The trick, or as they call it, the illusion, is that it looks like you are in the waking state. Because you feel, because you think, because you act with body. So as body acts, as body feels, and as body thinks, this thinking, feeling, and acting is in itself its own reality, limited. Who are you? You are that which is constant. And because it has no form, you don't give it enough recognition. So when we watch the breath and we use these powerful breathing techniques, such as this Ujjai, it acts to pierce beyond the boundary of this identification with body. Body doing, body thinking, body feeling. So it's very important after the breathing exercises to take this space. Never mind the spinning of the mind, the thoughts that keep in their orbit. You are not there. You are here, where you always are. Ever present, ever knowing. And simply by not responding to the thoughts, the ever-presence of your being is revealed deeper, deeper, deeper.